Am I the asshole for saying I don't want to plan my friend's birthday after not being invited to her wedding? Okay, so I first met my friend Jane, female 29, studying abroad. We were really good friends during our travels, and after college, we actively stayed in touch, visiting each other in our respective different cities. I met her boyfriend Bob, now husband, when they first started dating, and have met her college friends and parents. Bob and Jane decided to move to my city right before COVID, so during lockdown, we were in each other's bubbles. We've celebrated each other's birthdays, we've had Friendsgiving, Christmas parties together, etc. 2021, Bob and Jane got engaged in August, and when they came back, I threw them an engagement party. I bought her this wine glass that said wedding planning wine glass, and every time she used it, she would text me a photo of her with it. In 2022, I threw Bob a 30th birthday party, but then this was also the first year I wasn't invited to her birthday. I had texted Bob asking what the plan was, and he told me they were going out of state for her birthday. However, on Instagram, I saw them posting pictures of them renting a cabin with some friends, so I felt awkward. Then I wasn't invited to the bachelorette party. I didn't find this too big a deal because Jane has some really close childhood friends and sorority friends, but then nothing about the wedding. The wedding happened this May, and it was a big wedding, like 200 people probably, and I wasn't invited. I was really hurt to say the least, but I didn't say anything. I just tried to move on. I haven't talked to them since before the wedding. They didn't wish me a happy birthday, and they couldn't attend my birthday shindig because they were out of town. I'm noticing that if I don't reach out to either of them, they don't reach out to me at all. Now Bob has reached out and asked me to plan Jane's birthday party because he says I'm the best at planning these things.
What?
And I told him I was hurt about not being invited, and he said, well, we had a space limit. Don't make it a big deal. We want you to be at her birthday. I don't really want to do it, and I don't really feel a desire to be friends with them. Am I being a petty asshole?
My jaw is on the floor.
Me too.
Based on everything she said, no, you're not. But like we just said throughout the episode, there are so many nuances to these things.
Yeah.
And maybe you're an annoying... I'm just kidding. But maybe they find you just like a pest. I don't know.
But like, I think that there's a possibility that they don't find OP a pest. They just maybe have other people in their lives that they want to be closer to. Or maybe they just got to the point with OP where they're like, this person just isn't our best friend.
Yeah.
I think it's absurd that they're asking her to plan the birthday party.
Right, like I would agree with everything you said. However, they never want to hang out with her unless she reaches out first. And to not be invited to a wedding and be told it was a space issue when it was 200 people,
yeah,
that is not a space issue. That was a very clear message. And if I were you, I just wouldn't like reach out anymore at all.
Yeah.
I would take it as a sign that it's a friendship phase out. You are being phased out. I hate to break it to you.
But I also don't necessarily think that they are bad people. Like, I'm just thinking of someone who I knew for a long time that unintentionally, I feel like I kind of phased her out. Like, I didn't even mean to, but like now looking back, I'm like, oh, I never see this girl. And we did used to hang out a lot. So I'm like, I don't think she's a bad person. I don't think she's annoying. I just am so much closer with so many other people.
But was she texting you to hang out all the time?
No.
Because I feel like that's the difference here is like the girl is confused as to why she wasn't invited to the wedding and like why she's always the one reaching out first. I think there can be a mutual phase out and that's totally copacetic, but when it's a situation like this and you have one person who's like none the wiser.
That's true. Yeah, it is. It is kind of like a hate to break it to you thing.
That's why I kind of feel like the couple just like finds her to be annoying maybe, or like there's something that happened that she didn't say.
I also don't necessarily think it's because this person is annoying. Like I've met people in my life that I'm like, oh yeah, we were friendly for like this, like let's say I met them in college and I'm like, yeah, we were friendly during this time. I don't dislike them. I don't find them annoying. I don't find anything wrong with them, but I don't want them to be my best friend, and I'm not going to put any further energy into this relationship, even though maybe when we were in college we were friends.
But are those people asking you to hang out all the time?
Okay, that's a good point. Yes, I guess that's what I'm forgetting here.
Like, that's just, like, where I'm, like, hung up. Because otherwise, yes, I agree. But, like, in this instance, I feel like there's just, like, a piece of the puzzle we're not missing. Or we're not getting.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. I just think, like, maybe they have other closer friends that they prioritize and they just don't want to be your friend.
And she's just got, like, just been forgotten along the way.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
I mean, it sucks, but like it happens. Like I have so many friends that I was friends with in the past, and yeah, maybe I did ask them to hang out, or maybe I don't know, maybe they asked me, but we're just not friends anymore. It doesn't mean they're annoying. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. But yeah, I guess that is what I'm forgetting, is like she is asking them to hang out.
But she thinks they're like her best friends, and they just don't think she's theirs unless the wife randomly wants a 30th birthday thrown by her, which is like so weird.
I honestly think it's even weirder because OP doesn't even say that these people are her best friends, but she thinks that they're close enough to be invited to the wedding. So there are people that maybe they're not my best friend, but I would still probably invite them to my wedding. I feel like to not get invited to a wedding when you expect to, like, you really got to be on a different page.
Yeah, that's
even if
tough.
You don't think that they're your best friend. It's like, I think I'm saying this in the most confusing way ever.
I don't think so.
Okay. But it's like, you can have an understanding that you are friends with someone, but you're not their best friend.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that she thinks that these people are her best friends, but I feel like it says a lot. Like, these people are basically saying to her, you're not friends with us at all.
Yeah.
To not be invited to the wedding.
For a big wedding, too.
Right.
When you once, and COVID wasn't that long ago, like they said they were in COVID bubbles together and did birthday stuff together.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you go from that to not getting a wedding invite?
Right.
In a span of 2 years.
I mean, maybe the people just have other friends. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Something just is off to me.
Or yeah, maybe they just don't like her personality that much. But like, does that mean they think she's annoying? I feel bad because I don't want to say that this girl's annoying, because there has been people in my life that I knew for a short time that I don't think they're annoying, but I'm like, I just don't care to be friends with you in life, and we will never be friends because of that. But you're a great person. You're not annoying. Like, you don't suck. You're not a pest, but we're just not friends.
But don't you think in those situations, because I've had those too, but it's like, it's a mutual like feeling of like, we're both just not gonna acknowledge the fact that we're growing apart, but we are kind of growing apart, and nothing happened.
Yeah,
but
maybe
it's just
it is
like
weirder when
mutually happening.
Right. Okay.
But it's awkward when it's like one person really thinks they're like really close friends and they have this unbreakable bond, and then the next thing you know, you're seeing pictures on social media of like a wedding that you weren't invited to.
Yeah. I think that this would have been fine if these people didn't ask her to plan the party. Like, if they did all of these things, all of the evidence, and then this friendship kind of just like fizzled out and died, I really don't think that makes any party a bad person. Like, it just happens in life. But I think these people are not good people because they're asking her to do them favors.
After all this happened.
After all of this, yeah.
So bizarre.
Like after...
What goes on?
After trying to distance yourself for a year or year and a half, then you go back to this person and you're like, oh, by the way, plan a party for me.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be friends with her, don't be friends with her. Mm-hmm. But that means that you're not friends with her. Mm-hmm. You can't be asking her for favors after the deed has been done.
Yeah, you can't be yo-yoing friendships.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're friends with someone for 2 years and then you don't get invited to their wedding, well, no, that's not. I was going to say, like, the friendship's over, but, like, that's not necessarily true either.
Yeah, that's not.
It's nuanced.
I know. It's so tough to make like a strong declaration with these stories.
I know. There was an edit. I don't know if it matters. It says, to clarify about Bob's birthday party, Jane asked me to help plan it. That was the last time I've seen them in person, March 2022. They reached out to her 2 months ago. That was when this post was from.
Oh.
I would never talk to these people again.
Yeah, no. What?
I would block them and just be completely done with them.
Because that's over a year you haven't talked, and now...
Yeah.
Because it sounds like the couple kind of made up their mind along the way of like, we're going to phase this person out. And that's fine. But don't a year later come back around and ask her to plan a birthday party for you.
Yeah, that's like the audacity.
Maybe all their other friends also fizzled out and they're like, well, this person's loyal and dumb.
They're mistaking kindness for weakness.
Yes.
They are bad people. They are manipulative people.
Yes. Wow. I'd love to know everyone else's takes on this, because maybe, are we like missing something?
I don't think we're missing something, but I think my opinion, I've already said it, but TLDR, the too long didn't read version of it, is if the friendship were to have just fizzled out in the way that OP said, and this couple simply never spoke to her again, I don't think anyone would necessarily be in the wrong. Mm-hmm. But because they did all that and then came back and they were like, by the way, can you plan my party? That makes them manipulative and mean people with ulterior motives.
I really think their other friends left them in the dust. Perhaps.
Maybe.
And they have no one else, and they're crawling back to you, and this is their way. Don't give in.
And that's manipulative, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
I wonder what everyone's sign is in this little triad. Rising and moon. Bitch.
One of the top comments was, tell Bob that there are obviously around 200 people that they're closer to than they are to you, so he should ask one of them to plan the birthday party.
Burn. Mic drop.
Sorry.
That's honestly a very valid thing to say.
Yeah.
That's not even petty. It's just facts.
Agreed.